other, but we can hear you this week, so.
We're echoing?
No, I fixed it. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Broken Controllers, episode 11.
Is it episode 11? I thought it was episode 10.
Is it episode 10?
Yeah, I thought 9 was part 1. Is it?
Oh, sheesh. I don't even know. Last week was so crazy, man.
For real. But yeah, as far as the Square Enix press conference goes, what is going on? Wait. We have the Final Fantasy VII Remake, obviously big hit.
Right. I'm looking forward to that, dude. How did it look? I heard the scenes were redone.
Dude, it's beautiful, man. I mean, it's everything you could expect from like a modern Final Fantasy, graphically speaking, but all of that Final Fantasy story that we love so much. So I mean, they made it so epically grand. I can't wait, dude.
I'm looking forward to that, man.
I'm fiending for the action.
Yeah, I honestly...
And I haven't seen, like, anything of Vincent. But, dude, with how everything else looks, I can only imagine how badass Vincent's gotta be.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing that game in all of its glory when it finally comes out. I mean, I know it's had some problems. It's had its developing problems, and it's been in development for a while. But honestly, I mean, if it's looking good and it's sounding good, and I mean the gameplay looks good, then there's really not a whole lot to say bad about the IP itself, you know. So
Yeah, I can't wait. I really can't wait. Another thing they went over in the Square Enix press conference was the Final Fantasy XIV new expansion that's coming out in July.
Okay, that's the MMO, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never been a huge fan of the MMO, honestly.
Yes, that is the MMO. Yeah. Yeah, it's called Shadowbringers. Is the new expansion that's coming out. Honestly,
I mean,
I love it, dude. If I had the money to just like piss away on it, I'd probably waste my life on the damn thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the general consensus. Is that it's a game that people really like, but I mean, unless it's free to play, dude, like an MMO is just not my thing. You know, I tried World of Warcraft and I didn't really like that either.
Yeah, see, I could get into World of Warcraft, but not quite like I could the Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV is just so much better, in my opinion.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, considering that's your thing, you know what I mean? You're a Final Fantasy fan.
And
so
ultimately, dude, I'm a fan of good graphics and good gameplay.
Right.
You know, and
right.
As far as the MMO scene goes, Final Fantasy XIV definitely has that pretty well dominated, graphically speaking.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. They better. That's their baby.
Right.
So.
And what else we've got here?
Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of the
another game Another game is Babylon's Fall.
Babylon's
New Platinum
Fall.
Games deal that Square Enix is producing.
Okay. What is that about?
Bringing it up. Bringing it up. Did not have this one up. Okay, so oh man, it's interesting. All right. I guess I'm gonna have to watch this trailer because I have not actually seen this one yet.
I am bored.
I mean, I'm honestly.
I mean,
like,
there was so much to look over on this darn E3 conference, and then
there is,
Sony
dude,
even came
and-
out out of left field like, "Hey, we're here."
Yeah, they were there.
At least from what I was seeing in the list. Pretty sure. Maybe that was an old list that I had stumbled upon. I think it was probably a list from last year. Never mind, never mind.
Could have been.
I retract. Alright, so it's definitely got a pretty epic looking world. Looks like medieval time type war game. Third person,
Oh, okay.
possibly.
Okay.
It's really kind of hard to discern much from this trailer, but I mean it's got the Square Enix epicness of graphics. Very grand on the scale, and it's got a very like Diablo kind of feel to it as well, with the way the graphics are done, like a Diablo 3 kind of a feel with their cinematics.
Yeah. So when you say Diablo 3, are you talking about like the way that it looks, or like gameplay in general?
Just the cinematics that I'm seeing. I haven't really seen any gameplay here. Let me see if I can actually find some gameplay on this. But it looks like possible hack and slash.
Oh, okay. So kind of like Kingdom Hearts.
Possibly. Let's see here. See if they actually have any. I was also on another wayside note seeing that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be a thing. Not hear about that one until the E3 conference, so I was a pretty happy.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. After how long? Baldur's Gate 2 came out in like, what, 90s? Late 90s?
That's insane.
Yeah, so I mean, it's about time. About time.
Yeah, we need it. We need that. It's definitely about time.
I'm hoping with the because I haven't really looked too much into the Baldur's Gate 3 and what they have laid out and planned for it, but it'd be cool if they do like a online multiplayer kind of deal where your buddies can come join in and help you on quests and replace, party members that you're, AI party members.
Did you play that game?
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
1 and 2 both, yeah.
So, I've never really...
It's kind of like, it was like Diablo 1 and 2. Probably more like Diablo 2, but more elaborate.
So,
and
like
you can have multiple party members.
Like a dungeon crawler, then? Like, you control all of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, dude.
So was the gameplay like RTS then? Like real-time strategy? Like, hey, you guys go here? And...
Pretty much, yeah. And then all the ones that you don't have control of, you can have automated to do, you know, certain things. Focus on defense, focus on attack, focus on this, you know.
Wow, dude, that's going back, honestly. Like, that's a, what system was that for?
PC originally.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, if that's not retro, I don't know what is.
Right.
So, and how long did you say it's been?
Let me see here. I'm not actually finding any gameplay on Babylon's Fall, but it looks epic. I can't wait to see more on it. It's supposed to be coming out for PS4 and Steam this fall, I do believe.
It's a lot to look forward to. Final Fantasy 14 DLC, Baldur's Gate, like games I don't really touch often, like.
No, Baldur's Gate came out in 2000, September of 2000. So you figure,
So
what,
it's been
like damn near 20
nearly
years.
20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a long time. That is a long ass time.
Right? So, hoorah to that. I can't wait.
Did you see anything about the Kingdom Hearts DLC there?
I have not, no.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look it up.
I mean, shoot,
sure.
between Google with the Google Stadia Connect, you got Bungie coming out with Destiny 2's next chapter, which that was, what, the Shadow Keep?
Oh, Stadia. Yeah. Dude. I'm super excited for anything that they're gonna do with that.
Let's see here.
The Shadow Keep. Now, what was that about? That because I don't really follow Destiny stuff too closely.
Well, from what I was seeing, looking around, once this new Destiny 2 DLC is released, they're going to be making it to where everything up to date, up to that new DLC, is all free. So everybody will have full access to everything. They're also talking about cross-save. Not just cross-platform or cross-play, but cross-saving. So you can save, have all of your accounts linked to a singular, you know, Bungie account, and then
that's
go
wild,
from
dude.
system to system, playing as you feel fit. Playing the same character the whole time.
That's pretty cool.
And Google Stadia included.
So they got a lot to let. They were kind of bringing out the stops too, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and
what else did
Sony
Stadia
was
cover?
Sony was actually the last to go and agree to the whole cross save, because everybody was on board except for Sony. And on the 6th, Sony finally backed down and said okay, and came on board with the idea. So now they're moving forward with releasing it when they release the new expansion.
So, are they releasing the expansion specifically for Stadia then, or is this coming out for all of the systems?
All systems. It's just Stadia will also be included in the option for cross-saving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so like on top of all the normal platforms, you'll also be able to use the Stadia if you so desire.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Right.
Stadia is making an honest run at this, and I can't wait to see what Google continues to do with their property, because they're really killing it out there. So
Yeah, and as far as this Destiny 2 Shadow Keep, they're talking it's supposed to be bigger than all of the previous DLCs, and reforming the way we play.
bigger than Forsaken.
Oh yeah. They're actually adding in special abilities and shit like that now. Trying to give it more of an actual RPG feel.
Okay, so they're instead of going MMORPG. That's right. They did use that term on stage finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So this is Bungie's vision. We might actually see something from them now that Activision's out of the picture. Like, I didn't have a whole lot of hope for them, but I mean, hopefully they continue to put out content the way that they are right now, you know, especially with Forsaken, Black Armory. But there were some problems with Black Armory, which, I mean, whatever. I mean, every property has its own problems, but I mean, for the most part, they're putting out good DLC, good content to play. The only main complaint that I have with Destiny is that it's getting expensive, really expensive,
For real.
to play around with that property. So,
and then see, I think
DLC.
that they realize that, and that's why they're planning to release everything free come the new DLC. But it's like, I feel bad for all the people out there that have just dropped all that money, all that time, getting all this stuff, and now it's just all going to be
oh man,
free.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, shoot,
I mean,
I
love
would
to
have
say I
been
feel
one of
bad,
those
but-
people had I had the money to actually drop, you know, when this shit was coming out. But now, at this point, I'm kind of glad that I didn't have the money. I'm just like,
Right.
yeah, wait it out now. It's right around the corner at this point.
I'm one of those people that it sucks, dude, because I spent a lot of money on that content. So
Just going through and doing a few more of these Discord posts, trying to make sure.
no worries, dude. We can actually move on. I actually wanted to. I gotta get my handy dandy notes up here. All right, you want to tackle Bethesda, Ubisoft, or Nintendo first? There's a lot.
Let me see what I have. I guess let's go Nintendo first.
All right. So, Nintendo was a lot of trailer after trailer after trailer, and they just, like, really what they did was they took they took their properties and they basically promoted them in a sense that they ramped up. The last trailer that they showed you, and this is was kind of like the showstopper, and some people were saying like this was a no-brainer, but it was Zelda, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, and the VR
and that was
stuff.
that was a really bizarre trailer. Like, if you didn't watch that trailer, you should go back and watch it, because that was a really bizarre trailer. So that's a sequel that they have currently in the development. Obviously, it's going to be a huge amount of time before anything like that comes out. But the other thing that a lot of people were looking forward to, and this was number 3 on the list, was Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, my wife is really excited for that one. She loved Luigi's Mansion 2 for the DS or 3DS, and was just like, oh, I really hope they come out with a Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch. They fucking better.
Yeah.
They fucking better. That was so good. And then
Yeah.
boom, here they come with it. Left field.
Yep.
Love it.
That game, it's Luigi's Mansion. Like, if you want Luigi's Mansion, this is Luigi's Mansion. You're gonna get exactly what you would hope for out of this game. There's puzzles. It's Nintendo spooky. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like scary, but it's very like Halloween type based, like animations, and you know, you're capturing ghosts. Like, that's what you're doing in Luigi's Mansion.
And
Well, throughout the-
for a 3DS system, you know, it had really decent like graphics and stuff. The gameplay was smooth,
Yeah.
solid. You know, so I'm kind of really interested to see what they do with the Switch version. Better graphics, better potential.
I'm excited, dude. Like, I'm gonna get this game. Like,
And you know, seeing what they've done with Odyssey and you know all the other Mario games, like I have high hopes.
they could really turn it up a notch with this platform or with this game.
Exactly.
Yeah, no doubt. So, so there was a couple things with Luigi's Mansion that was that I thought was pretty cool. Now they're giving you new equipment to play with. There was this equipment that lets you swing ghosts around. It does damage as you're swinging them around, and you're hitting them on the ground. There was another new active ability called Guigi, and what Guigi is he can do more than Luigi, as in like he can walk on spikes and stuff like that. But he can't go into water. Like, he dies if he goes into water. He's also a co-op partner, so if you want to play co-op on this game, basically you and a buddy take each Joy-Con and then you play co-op that way. So Guigi is also, you know, a co-op tool as well. So I thought that was pretty cool, pretty creative, a good way to add a little bit more to the game. And the other thing was, as I stated a little bit earlier, is a little bit more action-oriented. They're focusing on damage to the ghosts, which I think is a little weird for Luigi's Mansion. But, I mean, the ghosts didn't take damage in the past ones, did they?
I do believe so. My wife would know better than
They
me.
did?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
I will inquire on the wife. She played the shit out of that game.
Sneak up on her. You gotta scare her.
With Luigi's Mansion, were you able to do damage on the ghosts before? Do you remember? Were you able to hurt the ghosts in Luigi's Mansion 2? Apparently you had to suck them all into a vacuum.
Right. That's the same idea this one, but you can also hurt them now.
Apparently
So-
in Luigi's Mansion 3 you can actually hurt them as well.
Yeah, you can actually hurt the ghosts. So that's gonna open up a whole new dynamic of boss battles, for sure.
Yeah, they're for sure coming out for Switch.
Yep. They showed it off at E3. Like, definitely something to look forward to.
Right.
But it looks incredible. I mean,
Moving
can't
forward
complain
through the
with
list, I was also seeing we got Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Yes. Yes. Link's Awakening, dude.
Bringing it
I'm
back
so
old school.
excited for that game, dude. Like,
Old school but new
it's
school.
that. Right. It. Well, it's old school, but it's also got like this new style to it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's got that
this,
rounded feeling instead of the blocky, just 8-bit feel, 16 at best.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, while we're talking about the Nintendo, Travis Yockey in chat says Dark Alliance was lit. Did you see the trailer for that?
For Dark Alliance?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting more of getting more looks into Ultimate Alliance from
Ooh,
Marvel.
yes, Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
Yes.
to that.
Yes, yes, yes. I played the crap out of Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2.
The gameplay looks a lot better. Like,
I can imagine. See here. You know, and then the obvious, you know, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Can't wait. That's going to be awesome.
yep, Pokemon Sword and Shield was looking good.
Not really a fan
going
myself, but I know there's a lot of people who are. Animal Crossing New Horizons will be coming out.
Actually, I was watching the Animal Crossing trailer, and I'm actually extremely interested in that, dude. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I didn't think I always thought the way I always looked at Animal Crossing was like a cutesy little farming simulator game, you know, that you just go through and, you know, you plant your crops, you do your fishing, and you go back to your camp and, you know, you just live your life. But it looked a lot more complex than that. It looked like people were like really building some serious stuff around, you know, creeks and like really like running with the creativity that Nintendo's giving you in this game. Like, it's something to look forward to, dude. Like, I'm actually really looking forward to it. And like, going back to that, since we're talking about that kind of style, going back to like Link's Awakening, like the only kind of thing is it has like an isometric style to it. Did you see the trailer for that?
I guess I can kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's got like it's like top down. Like, that's kind of a bummer for me, but what I am excited for is like they really gave a sense of scale to the bad guys in that trailer.
I mean, the reason they went with the top down is because they're trying to go for that old school feel, which I could totally appreciate that. I love the classic Zelda games.
Right. Did you like A Link to the Past?
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of my absolute favorites in that franchise. So
there was what was it? There's one for the DS that you could like link to other people's DS's and get help.
Wait, what?
Up to 3 other people, I do believe it was.
Oh, Wind Waker Game Boy? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I think no. Was it? No. Because that was the one that was like all like weird, dark cloud kind of graphics, like paper graphic kind of looking shit.
Wait. Oh wait, this was definitely for the DS then, right?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I can't remember.
It was like 4 swords, I think, or something like that.
Oh, 4 swords. No, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. No, you're right. It was 4 swords.
Yeah, that one was pretty fun. I really got a kick out of it, you know, being able to play with other people. There was one that they did for the GameCube that was similar to that kind of style, where you like have other people use the, you know, join in with you though on that.
That was Wind Waker. That was Wind Waker. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I got that confused with 4 swords, because it had kind of like a lot of the same graphics.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Zelda games, all the way since Nintendo.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. They announced like DLC for Smash, which was like the Hero DLC, and then they they went into talking about who he was and why we're getting him, and I guess he's from Dragon Class 11, or Dragon Quest 11, Dragon Class, whatever. I guess from Dragon Quest 11, so they're putting him into Smash now. So that was one of the announcements that I saw of it. I don't know if anybody's looking forward to that, but I mean, they kind of put the ultimate good guy in there already with Joker. So
another Zelda type game that they were talking about is that Cadence of Hyrule, and that one looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, so that is an add-on for Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Crypt of the Necro Dancer, and it's an add-on for that, and now you can play as Link and Zelda as like part of that add-on.
Yeah, that looks pretty sick.
I avoided that game up until now, dude. Just, it didn't seem like a me thing because I don't really like roguelikes. I didn't like Dead Cells. I'm gonna get some hate for that. I know I'm gonna get hated for that. But I didn't like Dead Cells. I didn't enjoy it. Like, I played it. The gameplay was fun, but finding where to go and finding how, like, the Metrovania of it, like, I just didn't enjoy it. And I didn't really like Hollow Knight either. I liked SteamWorld Dig 2. That was a good one. That was a great game. But I know I'm gonna get hated on for not liking Dead Cells. But I avoided that game, and now I kind of want to play it because it's, like you said, it's the Legend of Zelda. Like, who doesn't like the classics like that, you know? Are you gonna get it?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. I don't know if I enjoy it.
It's even really good, and like they added Zelda music to it. Like, that's pretty cool. It's a rhythm game, for sure.
And
what
there's Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Yeah, okay, that was one that I didn't get. You want to go into a little bit of detail about that? Because I don't know what to expect.
One second here. Taking cover real quick. Let's see here.
Oh, and by the way, I should mention, Animal Crossing is going to be available March 2020. I did get the release for that, so anybody that's interested in that, Animal Crossing will be March 2020.
So, looks like with 3 houses, there's 3 territories, 3 houses, which will you choose to fight for? So, it looks like, you know, you choose your faction and then fight for the territories. Tactical RPG, battles, wrought with strategic new twists to overcome. So it's still going to be your classic, you know, Fire Emblem, but I mean, as far as their videos, cinematics, you know, kind of shit, graphics, it looks beautiful. It looks bloody amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always loved Fire Emblem, dude, but like Fire Emblem Heroes lost me. Like, it was really cool because you got all these people from different Fire Emblem timelines coming in, and granted, I didn't get to the point where you get Lyn, so maybe I didn't give it enough of a chance. But it just wasn't for me. It was like a Dynasty Warriors or
yeah, I love Dynasty Warriors. I can't get enough of that shit.
Yeah. Hate it.
I'm looking for it. I mean, it gets kind of old when you're playing by yourself, but when you're playing with friends, you got some badass characters just going through fucking shit up. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why. Well, the only thing that kept me going on that game was Fire Emblem. The fact that it was Fire Emblem. and I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. Like, I love Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's incredible. Like, going all the way back to Game Boy, like, it was good. But I'm looking forward to that coming out, honestly. Sonic Olympics, next, who cares? No, just kidding. That's coming out in November, and it has online play. I don't want to spend too much time on that because it's Mario Olympics. Resident Evils are coming to Switch. You gonna pick those up?
Depends.
5 and 6.
Maybe. I don't know. I really wasn't into those ones as much.
I felt like they kind of ran 5 into the ground as much as they're trying to like promote that game, you know, download it for Xbox 360, downloaded it for Xbox One, you know, they had a remake for Xbox One, now they're releasing it for Switch, they had it on PC, like, they kind of ran it into the ground, you know what I mean?
Yep. I can
Not
totally
really,
feel that.
I mean, I'm not really super excited for that, honestly, but I figured I'd put it on that. Another thing I added here, and this is just because this is something my brother thinks is awesome. He has Brawlhalla. They're adding Finn and Jake the dog into Brawlhalla.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that game. I love that game. I whooped the crap out of it so hard.
I was looking at some gameplay. It looks a lot like Smash Bros.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, so they're putting them in there, so that's something to look forward to. Can't complain with that. And they did the whole, what time is it? Adventure time thing, you know?
Nice.
So. Did a Link's Awakening. Oh, Witcher 3 is coming to Switch. That drops this year.
Nice.
And No More Heroes 3 coming 2020. That's action-based swordplay. It looked like some Playboy billionaire had a lightsaber. That's what it looked like.
Contra Anniversary Collection. That's one
Oh,
that
that's right. I did see that too.
I'm pretty well freaking excited for. I've been playing Contra since it was on Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah. That's going back. That's
Yeah.
way back.
Way back.
Way back.
The days of gray.
Last couple here for the Nintendo section here is the Spyro Reignited Trilogy is coming September 9th and Minecraft Dungeon 2020. So, stuff to look forward to as far as that goes.
The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics. A Dark Crystal
yeah,
game?
I'm not... What is that exactly?
Well, you've seen the movie, right? The Dark Crystal?
No.
What? It's an old movie. Old movie.
Not in, no.
And it looks like they're going for like a... That's pretty neat. Like a Final Fantasy Tactics Fire Emblem kind of feel.
Yeah.
Tactic
That
fighting.
would be pretty cool.
But it's the Dark Crystal. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting. There's a lot of interesting characters. And it's a Jim Henson creation.
Jim Henson, what is he famous for?
Muppets?
What's that?
The Muppets?
Oh, the Muppets.
Yeah, Jim Henson.
Oh.
And
A little bit of more, you know, situation there.
Right? The Dark Crystal was like his darkest creation he did.
Huh.
It was a really, really in-depth, like dark fantasy, you know, Dungeon and Dragon kind of otherworldly kind of, you know, feel to it.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's gonna wrap up the Nintendo part of it. The Ubisoft briefing, they actually didn't have a whole lot to talk about. a lot of their press conference was hinged on Watch Dogs Legions, which we'll get to here in just a second. But they had the Assassin's Creed Symphony crew there, which they actually did like a symphonic, like, Assassin's Creed song. I guess they're going to be doing a tour here, and I thought we should report on that just because, we don't know how many Assassin's Creed fans there are. But there's going to
I'm
be over a
definitely one.
decade of yeah, there's going to be over a decade of Assassin's Creed music in this symphony group, dude. So might be
Oh,
something to
that's
look
sick.
into. Yeah. So that was there. That was something that I saw there. Oh, Ubisoft briefing. That was the Brawlhalla thing. Jake the dog and all that. They're introducing something called For Honor: Shadows of Hitokiri, and this is a limited time game mode. Now, if you guys want to play it, it's going to be available from now until June 27th. So basically, you go download this thing, and it's got its own style of gameplay and its own style or its own game mode.
What
I
is
think
it?
it's something. It's called For Honor: Shadows of Hitokiri, and it's something that is entirely separate from For Honor, but it takes place in the For Honor universe. Like it has its own gameplay and its own style, like entirely. And it's a limited time game mode. I think Ubisoft's testing the waters for something, honestly.
And where do they have this available at?
This is... You can just go download it for free on PlayStation or Xbox, as long as
Really?
you have For Honor.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get. Is
You
it
can play it.
downloadable
So.
content for Honor?
Yeah,
Oh,
limited time game mode.
okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to hop on and download that then.
Yeah, it looked really, really, really good, actually, dude. It looked a little bit different than For Honor, but it looked great, honestly.
Like I beat
So,
the hell out of For Honor.
yeah, For Honor was a really good one, actually. Moving forward, they had Rainbow Six Quarantine there. Did you get to watch that?
I did not.
So this is a Tom Clancy game, obviously. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. So what it is, it's a three-player tactical co-op. It's a get-in, get-out situation. And the trailer that they showed was this guy, and you hear this creature off in the background, and presumably killing people or killing something, whatever, And you hear this thing off in the background, and he's got a gun, and then all of a sudden, here comes your teammates, and they come and rescue you. Basically, this game was like a horror. It's a Tom Clancy horror game, and like, basically what it is there's this parasite that's ravaging people, and it's turning people into these creatures, and it's a lot like a zombie type apocalyptic feel to it, and they really didn't have a whole lot to say about it, only that they were working on it and then it was coming soon. Like, they really didn't, honestly. Ubisoft's press conference was kind of skinny. They didn't have a whole lot. But this is a PvE game, and then if you guys want more information, you can go to... This killed me. I had to write this entire thing down. If you want to get more information, you can go to rainbow6quarantine.com/registration updates.
Oh dang.
Say that 10 times fast.
I don't want to sound like that much of a fool. Come on now. I do enough on my
That's
own.
ridiculous. That's funny. They introduced a game called Roller Champions. It looks kind of like Rocket League, honestly. Has a Fortnite style. It's a Fortnite style sports game. Basically, you're in a skating rink. It looks like you're going in laps around the circle, and then you score by going through the goal, which is kind of like shooting a basketball. It has like a sport, like I said, it has like a Fortnite style to it. It's PvP competitive, and they said it had a high skill cap game.
Hmm.
Or it said it had a high skill team play, high skill cap. Um, are you gonna get that?
Maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah, it
I mean,
looks
dude,
alright
like
actually.
like everybody was saying, man, E3 this year would be killing everybody's pockets.
Yeah,
And my
they're
pockets were
they're
already dead, bro.
dude. Did you see the Elite Squad trailer?
Mm-mm. Was it pretty wicked?
That thing is so sick, dude. So that's the mobile game. It includes operatives from the Division, Rainbow Six, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, and more. They had Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell in there.
Really?
They had some dude from Rainbow Six. They had a chick from the Division. Like,
Yeah,
stuff to look forward to, dude.
I was seeing a lot of their freaking their life-size freaking action figures they had. Looked pretty sick. They did a really good job with their promotion this year.
Yeah. Um,
3D modeling,
um,
bro. It's done wonders.
yeah. It is a mobile game, so taper expectations. It looked like a tactical RPG.
I love tactical
Um,
RPGs, man.
yeah, like XCOM. Pre-registration is open at EliteSquadGame.com. So if you guys want to do that, you guys can go register there. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. This was actually something that I was super excited for. Did you see anything on this?
Which one? Sorry.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint?
I did see that in the list. I haven't actually gotten a chance to look at it and,
So they had John
investigate.
Berthal. They had John Berthal on stage to explain the game. That was Shane from The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a really great actor. He's been making a name for himself. He's actually the leader of the bad guy group in there. It's called the Wolves. So something to look forward to. As far as that goes, sorry, stream quality is taking a hit. Well, it's doing that. Anyway,
I lost you on Discord for a second there.
Oh, did I? Let's make sure we can still hear you.
There was a little bump.
So, I might have tried to stage a mutiny on Captain Flint's ship before the flash freeze, which explains why his men are currently beating the crap out of me. Right,
Say something.
Something.
Okay.
Alright, cool. We still got you. Just want to make sure we can still hear you after the audio problems last week. Anyway, he's Shane from The Walking Dead. He was out on stage explaining the game. Basically, there's this bad guy group. They're called the Wolves, and you're fighting an army. It's actually the first Ghost Recon game in a while. I'm really looking forward to it, and I really want to play it. Honestly, like, I'm probably gonna get this game, especially because it has John Berthal in it. He's one of my favorite actors, honestly.
Sounds pretty legit. I've liked some of the past Ghost Recons, not all of them.
Yeah, well, they've definitely had their slip-ups.
Like, I used to play the crap out of them back on PS2.
Yeah, that's when they were in their their best, in my opinion. That was their heyday. So, in my opinion, personally.
I completely agree.
But yeah, that's coming out. And I guess we should talk about Watch Dogs Legions now. So there was a lot that they went over in Watch Dogs Legions. So Watch Dogs Legion, it actually puts some really, really fucking cool. Like, that game looks sick. I played the Watch Dogs, I played the past Watch Dogs. I love Watch Dogs. This Watch Dogs takes place in London. One thing that they really, really harped on was permadeath. So if one of your characters dies, so this is part of why I'm looking forward to Watch Dogs. It's kind of like a State of Decay situation. Like, oh, excuse me. If one of your characters dies, you pick a different character to use as your next operative. So you get to actually recover people, like recruit people from the outside world. Like, you know, one thing that they showed in the trailer was you were able to recruit a grandmother, like a grandma. And so, like, you can lead any style like you want. You know, you can be a granny, you know, a cook, a gangster, you know, a lawman, a computer developer. Like, you can be whatever you want. And honestly, like, I can't wait for because you know there's gonna be DLC, you know what I mean, like superheroes and stuff like that, and especially mods on the PC that you can be. But I can't wait for this game to come out, because honestly, like, with everything that they've put into this, especially with the press conference, like if you saw the press conference, you know, they like really put a lot into this, like a lot of heart into this game. And it actually, like, there were a lot of really funny points, but there were a lot of serious points too. You know what I mean? And they made me really excited for Watch Dogs Legions. Like, anybody in the world, and they like really drove this point home too. Like they said, anybody in the world is recruitable. Anyone. Wow. Anyone. Any person you want. Former Marine assassin. You can have that guy. Like, you can recruit whoever you want. And like, that's what makes it feel like State of Decay. You know, you bring these recruits back, you get more people for your base. You know what I mean? And State of Decay was actually a really, really fun game. Like, I had a really good time with it. You know what I mean? And that was part of what made it a lot of fun, was it was a survival game. And that's what this is. Like, it's gonna be good, I think. So, it's kind of changing the idea of Watch Dogs, but all the characters are simulated. Again, you can take on any life you want. The combat looked greatly improved. Like, it's some of the most badass gameplay I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was really good. The gameplay looked incredible. So the combat really improved. And it's coming out March 6th, 2020.
Nice.
So, and that's why I put in the description, Ubisoft really failed because they didn't really have a whole lot there. They had Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Quarantine. Is that Rainbow Six, I think? Yeah. Rainbow Six, Quarantine, and then Watch Dogs Legion. They didn't really have a whole lot there. So, moving on to the Bethesda press conference. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say this press conference seemed really scripted. Like, they really, really, like, they really teased this press conference. It was good. I mean, I was entertained, at least. The biggest thing that they had to announce, well, not the biggest thing, I would say probably the most recent thing that they're announcing is Elder Scrolls Blades is coming to the Switch, and they're adding new quest lines. Did you see that in the screenshots I sent you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed and irritated at that whole fact that they're trying to talk about bringing it to the Switch and they still haven't released it on mobile yet, and that's been set up for pre-reg for months now.
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to, like, come out at the beginning of this year, and then they kept pressing it back.
I can see how that would irk people. For sure.
Right. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. No, I'm getting Diablo and Blades mixed up because they finally did release Blades. That's right. I was on the beta for that.
Oh,
It's the
okay,
Diablo
Diablo's
that freaking
weird.
they still haven't. So, I mean, yeah, Blades. Yes, that is awesome. For Switch, that would be really good. Because, I mean, honestly, playing it Blades on the mobile was okay. But trying to deal with the freaking stick movements and shit like that on the screen with that game, at least with my phone, was really laggy.
Yeah.
Response time was cheat. But on the Switch, I'm sure the response time would be freaking awesome.
I mean, they're adding some new quest lines. Like I said, they added a solo battle arena and a new dragon quest line. So it'll be available for both mobile and Switch. And new quest lines are available for free right now. So
I'll have to go
they
and take a look
kind of
at
brought
it.
it with that, yeah. So that's something to look forward to. Fallout 76 is getting huge updates, including a piece of content called Wastelanders. Human NPCs are coming to Fallout 76 as well as new quest lines. Did you play Fallout 76 at all?
Not yet, but I really, really want to. And honestly speaking, isn't it Fallout 76 is doing the freaking the arena style, battle arena, whatever style shit?
Battle Royale, yeah.
Yeah, Battle Royale, yeah.
Yeah.
That looked like it was gonna be
I'm not
wicked.
super excited for that.
I don't know, like, did you see any of the gameplay on it? As far as a Battle Royale,
I saw the trailer. It actually looked pretty fun.
it looks
They had
fucking
different
epic.
perks and different abilities. Like, it
All
looked
the
really
explosions
good,
and
actually.
fire fucking closing in on you.
Yeah,
Having
dude,
to freaking
and that's
hit yourself with some radiation.
The Inferno is the outside storm now, so
Yeah.
that like damages you, the nuke, the radiation fallout or whatever.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, they had some cool stuff to show as far as Fallout 76 goes. The battle royale is called Nuclear Winter.
Yep.
That was something we were kind of talking
And that's
about.
supposed to be free to play for all people who own 76, 10th to the 16th, I do believe. So I think it's over now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Kind of a bummer we missed the boat on that, but ESO gets new content. So the DLC Elsewhere is available. I was actually super excited for this. I've played ESO before. Have you ever touched that game?
Yeah, I have quite a few of the DLCs. I just don't have any of, like, the latest DLCs, the Elsewhere or whatever Dragon fucking DLCs.
Right.
Don't
So
have that one, or the one that came
I
out right
actually,
before.
of all the MMOs I played, of every single one that I've ever played, ESO was the closest, like was like the closest to a fun MMO that I played. They're releasing a lot of content for this game. Hold on here. Oh, did we mention Uplay in Ubisoft's press conference?
No.
That's their subscription service. So I forgot to mention that in Ubisoft. Ubisoft has a subscription service now called Uplay. It's going to be $14.99 a month. It seems like everybody this year has a subscription service. We'll get to another one of those when we're interested. But they're releasing Elsewhere for this. You get to... And introducing a new Necromancer class. So basically, here's the member control the band. But it's going to be a completely new job, it's a completely new type for the MMO. It's actually something I'm really looking forward to. It's a reason to get back into ESO, so I'll actually probably check that out. And then there
Definitely keep me
also,
updated on that. I'll join you.
yeah, for sure. They're also releasing a DLC called Dragonhold, which releases later this month. So they weren't specific on exactly when. They did say later this month though. And then they said before that, look for a DLC called Scalebreaker. So they're releasing 3 new pieces of DLC for this, and every single one of them are going to be a pretty decent quest line, some stuff that you're getting completely free of cost. That comes with the DLC. So that's actually a reason to get back into ESO. I might actually check that out, dude.
Sounds legitimate.
For sure. Another thing that they went into is Rage 2 is getting new content. Did you play any of these? The Rage games?
No, not yet. I have seen it. It looks pretty wicked.
Right. So it's, I guess you can enable cheat codes.
Really.
Yeah. So I guess you're getting new cheat codes with this DLC. New story, new enemy factions, new weapons and abilities, and new areas to explore.
Let me know when you're done with that job.
As far as additional content goes, like, they're really delivering on that.
Sounds fun.
Did you play Wolfenstein at all ever?
I haven't really had the opportunity to play any of like the newer Wolfensteins. I've played like Wolfenstein back on PC, the original.
Right. So I played the New Order. I talked about it on a past episode. It's good. They introduced 2 new titles to this Wolfenstein franchise. The first one was Cyberpilot, which is a VR game. You control. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's exactly what it sounds like. You control the cybernetics inside the tanks and jets and stuff like that of the Nazis, and then you turn it around on them and kill them.
Nice.
And that's a VR game. That's available July 26th, it looks like. So that's something to look forward to. And then the other one was Wolfenstein Youngblood. Now that's available this summer. They didn't really specify when. It has the biggest scope of any Wolfenstein made, and more weapons and more customizations. If you're gonna play Wolfenstein, now's the time to start, because Youngblood looks incredible. There's gonna be a whole slew of different weapons and abilities that you're gonna have to play with, so that's something that is something to look forward to, you know. Like I said, if you're gonna play Wolfenstein, now's the time to start, because Youngblood comes out 2020, I believe. No, wait, available this summer. Didn't specify when though. So now's the time to do that. They introduced Orion. This is Bethesda's streaming service. So Bethesda has a streaming service, Ubisoft has a streaming service, Microsoft has a streaming service, Google has a streaming service, Phoenix has a streaming service. Yeah.
Everybody's about that money in the streaming service, man.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna come down to who markets best and who has the best games.
I mean,
That's what
honestly,
it's gonna
I
come
think the smarter way to do package deals.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, if you know, it's like Stadia's playing nice with everybody right now, and like they're in the best position right now. Like they're in the best position to get games on their platform and actually market their system correctly or their streaming system correctly, and bring in revenue. You know, because Google's not beheld to one platform.
Well, and they also have technologies that are, you know, they're working on that are theirs and theirs alone.
Exactly.
Like the Soli technology being developed by their ATAP group.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, Stadia is in a really, really, really good spot right now. And like I said, they're not beheld to one console, so like they're not gonna be forced to just put out games or stream games from one specific platform. And I think probably where they're gonna have most of their issues is probably with Sony, because Sony doesn't like their stuff being everywhere because Sony's Sony, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of their biggest. What's that?
The money grubbers they are.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why they were freaking so standoffish about doing anything in collaboration with everybody else.
Yep. Exactly. Cross-save.